Tons of information about the upcoming Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has been revealed in the 4Gamer exclusive interview with Yasuaki Oda. My name is Nabil, and let's talk about what we learned from that awesome interview. Alright, so that interview, we've been talking about it for a while, just because it's massive and it just has information about a lot of things. We talked about Samurai Shodown RPG, we talked about Auto Fighting 4, and now we're talking about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, the game that I'm really looking forward over the next few months whenever it gets released. Now, they talked about a lot of things regarding the game, and the first thing is they talked about some of the characters and the voices that we heard in that first trailer that I did a video about, which you should absolutely check out. And Oda said that those are some of the characters that are in the game. They said they're not going to reveal anything right now. That's going to happen in the future. They talked about how the Southtown Warriors did like a focus on Southtown. He said that's something that they will also talk about. He made sure that there's Southtown and New Southtown, and they're going to talk about that in a future announcement. So I'm not sure what he means by that, but it seems there's something big around Southtown. The other thing is they talked about how if it's a continuation of Garou Mark of the Wolves, and he said this is the 7th chapter of the Fatal Fury franchise. And when he asked which one are the canon ones, he pretty much confirmed that anything that does not have special in it, right? So that makes sense. So we have Fatal Fury 1, Fatal Fury 2, 3, Real Bout 2, Mark of the Wolves, and then City of the Wolves, which made me kind of sad because I always wanted Real Bout Special Dominated Mind to be canon because it has White and Alfred. Well, Alfred was in Real Bout 2. Real Bout 2 is the big mystery for me because there was no story around it, there were no endings, there was just no story. Just maybe we'll learn more in City of the Wolves. Now, in terms of gameplay, there was one question. We know that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is a sequel to the entire franchise, so it's not Mark of the Wolves 2. And he made that clear. He said this is not the cancelled Mark of the Wolves 2. Even when asked about the cancelled characters that were supposed to be in that game, he said we're taking a different approach because this is a different game. I don't know, it sounded like maybe those cancelled or characters that were supposed or scrapped characters that were going to appear in Mark of the Wolves 2 maybe are not here at all. You know, like I talked about this before, I wanted to see that Joe Higashi's student that was supposed to be there, Gato's father. So I'm not sure if he meant that those characters are gone or it's just because this is a new process, some of them will be there or not. So that's not clear there. But one big question that a lot of people were talking about, are we going to see the return of the lines or the lanes, right? Remember, the first Fatal Fury games had those different lanes, right? You could move to the back lane or the back line or the front line. In Fatal Fury 3, there were 3 lines. There was the middle one, front and back. And he didn't want to answer that. He said, well, what are we going to do about the lines? And then he said, well, this is a game with 1 line, right? So he asked, is it like Fatal Fury 3? He said, no, it is. That game is 3 lines. This one is just 1 line. So there is not going to be any lane changes. And it kind of makes sense. It's kind of difficult to manage that. And I've seen some tournaments like Fatal Fury Special tournaments in Japan where they actually not allow you to use the lanes. You just play on 1 line. So it's kind of understandable that those are not making a comeback. But he made sure to say that this is going to be completely different from Mark of the Wolves. It is a complete new gameplay system. And he said, well, you'll know more in time. So he didn't say anything about it. He did say that we expect to see more announcement when he was asked about when can we expect the game, and he said around the beginning of 2024 they'll be working on having an idea when the game's going to release. So it seems it's still a little bit far. It's not happening this year, not 2023, but I'm hopeful it's going to happen around 2024, maybe the end, maybe around EVO. They did mention EVO Japan as an event for a big announcement. There were hints around it. Oda-san did not confirm anything, but there were some hints that we're going to see some big announcement in there. Maybe that's when they will reveal the release date. I don't know, but it seems that things are moving ahead. He talked about rollback netcode and the game, and Oda specifically said the game is going to come out with rollback netcode, that it is a necessity. They talked a little bit about modern controls, like easy controls, if you want to call them, with Street Fighter 6, making a big deal out of modern controls. He said that they're thinking about something similar, so and they said that in another interview. So we're probably gonna have an option for easy control. Now, King of Fighters tried that with the easy combo, which I'm not a big fan of because sometimes you end up doing it by mistake and you can't disable it. But they said something like that will be in there. But you can tell, you know, when Oda-san talked about Fatal Fury, he is super excited about it. He is super into it. I mean, he worked on the first game, Garo Mark of the Wolves, not the previous game, I mean, and he always wanted to make a sequel, and this is his chance to do that. So he's pretty excited, and you can see that. I can't wait to learn more about the game, and it seems that we're gonna start getting more information as we get closer. Probably in the next few months, we'll probably start in January. We're gonna start seeing more information coming in for the game, and I can't wait for that, and including all the questions surrounding the characters and the lore. So I'm super excited for that. What do you guys think about all the information we learned today about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.